There's a lot of people that don't understand what people mean when they talk about simulation or matrix. So, with this UV light, I can simulate sunlight to the point of getting a sunburn. I've sunburnt my eyes with this thing. I'm going to turn it off so I don't do it again. With the TV, I can pull up the fireplace scene and simulate that I'm sitting next to a fireplace. Our modern day lives, okay, let's bring Barbies. That's the best example that I can give people. Playing Barbies, you simulate a life. Move the dolls, they have conversations, they have arguments, they get in the Barbie car, they go for a drive. You simulate a life, but you need the Barbies, you need the Barbie car, you need the dollhouse, you need all of this to simulate that. Playing house. You have the little children's kitchen with the dishes, you have the little table, you have the dress-up outfits. And so that is simulating life as we are aware of it. And so being in the simulation, our houses are made with fake things, our cars are made with fake things, the TV, it's made out of plastic, our food, it's made out of plastic. So we are living in a simulated life. Back in the day, Donald Duck made, there was a cartoon, Walt Disney, what a character. He made a Donald Duck episode where Donald Duck had the play train and the little town that went with the train, and he was organizing everything and simulating his little playground. And then the chipmunks, Chip and Dale, come in. To them, it's a cozy village. And so they come in, they start living in a house, they've got a bathrobe, they take a shower, there's a fridge with food in it. And so they step into his simulation. And basically it's a false sense of stimulation to, it appeased them for a while. And then he got bored with that and he had to make it snow. He had to make it rain and thunder. He had to bring in a fan for wind. And so he was simulating things going wrong, which is what's been done to us with the chemtrails and altering the weather patterns in a variety of scientific areas. Our life has been simulated because it took science to alter that to make it the way somebody else wanted it to be in order to simulate an outcome like Donald Duck did in the cartoon. And so this is what's happening around us. You are very real. The grass that's growing is real. But your soul can choose to eject from your body, which is the out-of-body experiences that some people have. And so in this, we're playing Barbie doll with somebody else that's in control. We're like the chipmunks in this little village. We couldn't have known what we were stepping into. And then next thing we know, someone's playing God, changing the weather, making it storm, making things go wrong in our lives. And this is the shadow government side of things. And the reason why it's called a shadow government is because they do not work in broad daylight like the sheriff department, and even they don't work in broad daylight. And so in this, all of our experiences are simulated from the time we're born till now, because our mothers, our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers were a part of the simulation, simulating a societal life for humanity. And someone decided how this was going to go, only it's not working. And when people come to a certain awareness of things, they get bored. And so this is why they needed people to stay in their monkey brain, be content playing with the toys that they give you, because growth was never expected. And the reason why is because you can't have the chipmunks superseding Donald Duck. This makes the village people smarter than the elite. Do you see? And so in their mind, it's children of the corn. We're becoming aware of things, and we're emerging in different ways. And they see us like children of the corn because we're the unknown to them. The elite don't know how to live a normal life. They wouldn't know what to do with it. And so, people who are disabled, you have people stuck in victim mentality, and they get coddled and co-enabled like a child to stay there instead of dust yourself off, try it again. And so in this, what people don't realize is, in order for us to mentally, emotionally, and spiritually advance, the trauma is necessary. And psychologists, they really use that for the frosting, butter people up with it, and leave people there in the victim mentality. And this is why Stoics and philosophies are important, because that gets you out of the victim mentality. Without that, you remain a victim, and you continuously are going to need Band-Aids and doctors. And by people superseding that forces the medical society, that forces all of society to advance, no matter what. And so by us taking control of ourselves, taking control of our lives, taking control of our own simulation, we force things to advance in some way. And we make it not optional. There was an original plan of elimination, and, some people may not make it. But like the Hunger Games, what are you hungry for? Are you hungry for knowledge? Are you hungry for food? Are you hungry for experiences? And so I've learned how to simulate different things in different ways so that I can see how we are all a part of a simulation. Essentially, with the whole MK Ultra part of things, certain ones of us were chosen to be Barbie dolls in the scheme of things. And we were objectified instead of personalized. And by personalizing ourselves, we step out of that box that we were put into. And so this is why growth is important. You have some people that it's like they're losing brain cells every day because they're watching brain rot on TV, or they're doing things that just don't encourage mental or physical or spiritual growth. So what I saw is that a lot of people are content to rinse and repeat every day, Groundhog Day. And so OCD was encouraged so that we would obsess about things being the same every day and be unable to embrace change. And so this is where much of society is at. They need that rinse and repeat so that they know what they're doing every day. They like the prediction. And some people do not. Some people crave the adventure. They crave bigger things. And so this is where some of us have stepped outside of the simulation because that lifestyle was not working for us. I used to be a housewife. I used to be a mother, but my children are grown and gone, and I'm now single. And so I am bored with playing house, which is probably why I ended up with so much clutter. And so in stepping out of the simulation, I have to choose to make changes that accommodate my own growth. And so at this point in time, I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of stuff. If like I lost my emotional attachment to things, because I do not like being over inundated or encumbered with all of this crap. Obviously, I need some of it. Obviously, it snows in the Rocky Mountains. I'm going to need a set of long johns or something to keep me warm in the winter. It gets warm here in the summer. I'm going to need summer clothes for that. And that is one of the hardest parts about this place is you have like 12 seasons, and so you need 12 sets of wardrobe to get through the year because of all the weather changes. But I feel this is the consumer scam. This is why they make snow. This is why they change the weather to keep us needing to buy another sweater, needing to buy another set of snow boots, needing to buy this, needing to buy that. When, if nature was allowed to advance the way it's supposed to, we'd be shifting into a tropical rainforest where it would rain at least once a day. Nature would decide, oh, okay, it's a little dry. We're going to send some rain in. And it rains for 5 minutes and then we're good. It's the planet has its own balance and it's been thrown off kilter. And so this is where they've simulated a balance, and that's not good enough for the planet. Nature has its own way of doing things. And so this is where we have to step out of the simulation. And the people that love being in the simulation love things that stimulate them. The people that do not like being a part of the simulation, they like adventure. But it's not the same as the adrenaline junkie. It's a progressive thing, moving forward. I don't want to rinse and repeat every day. How about something new? And instead of creating problems for me to okay, what's been done is if someone looks a little too bored or is getting a little too big for their britches, a little too advanced, then they simulate problems in your life. Oh, money goes missing from your account, an extra bill shows up, something that you have to go and handle and apply yourself to. And so I call it shaking the magic carpet ride. And so essentially somebody else is in control of that. And instead of allowing us to plug ourselves into science and advancing society, what has been done is games, Barbie doll games. And so this is where we're absolutely on the edge of the horizon, the edge of fantastical times, because the science is advancing, humans are advancing, the planet can now advance. And so this is a period of time in which degrees are going to mean nothing. physical experience outside of the simulation is going to be important, because you can't, like, there is no degree for that. And so, like, certain parts of education will become obsolete because nothing tops experience. And there's some of us that we've gone out and gotten healing experience. We've taken our understanding to the next level where other people can't fathom or understand what's going on. The people that do not plan to climb the tree of knowledge, that's fine. They can stay low-hanging fruit. But it's been blocked. Like, the tree of knowledge has been blocked, and we've not been allowed to climb it. It's not about eating the fruit. A monkey eats the fruit. An intelligent species climbs the tree to see what's at the top, to get the view. And so in this, like, the beings that have been gatekeeping the advancement of society will no longer be allowed to do so. And AI is absolutely a part of our future, because humans need retrained, humans need re-educated, and other humans are not equipped, because the science, for me, I have to have AI homeschool me, basically, because there is no college that could advance me in the field that I'm in. And so I can go and do a cashier job or something like that, but that's wasting my talent. Would you have Einstein go and clean toilets, or do you want him doing the math so that society can advance? And this is where, especially in rural areas, people have been held back, because the school system has a rural mentality, which is poor mentality. And so it's absolutely holding students back. The orthodox thinking, this is where students are held back because the teacher needs the box. And so students are not advancing the way they should be or could be. And so this is where, like, the teacher continues to simulate things, but they only can simulate things so far. And then it's time to step out into reality and actually learn by experience. And so, like, it's a digital world when you have a device. And, like, it connects to our 3D world. But if we're not allowed to advance in science, then we'll never figure out how. And so I want to say this is what tech giants want to find out as well. There's science has hit a stopping point, and until they let some of us through, I chose to chase knowledge, not money. And so by judging me based on my appearance or based on how much money I do or do not have, they're shortchanging science by not allowing me to function in some area with my, like, that coincides with my abilities. They're holding science back, and they're just not going to be able to keep doing that. Because we've already superseded the spiritual awakening. There's a handful of us that have made it through to a certain point where they have no choice but to let us press forward with things, because we are going to be the embetterment of society. We are going to be making things better, and they have no choice but to let go of the wheel. They are going to sit in the car seat now like a child and learn too. And they have no choice. There's no options. So whoever's running the simulation, the power has been taken from their hands. And now society can actually advance the way it was designed to, instead of greed and fear-mongering holding people back.